Mint Blizzard is here. The Girl Scout cookies you love meet cool mint and world-famous soft serve, blended together in this chocolatey, minty masterpiece. Grab it today, only at your DQ. Happy tastes good.
Mostly sunny today with highs in the 90s to triple digits inland, 80s along the coast. This report brought to you by Dairy Queen. Let's head to a stuck big rig on the 55.
It's in the city of Orange on the 55 South at Knoll Ranch Road at Lincoln off-ramp there. It's a stalled big rig that's blocking the right lane of the off-ramp, so it's not going to bug you too much unless that's where you want to exit. Make sure you stay to the left as you try to do that. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, Collision on the 5.
Yeah, a couple of problems up around Atwater Village, north of the 2. Now, first, starting in the East Hill interchange, this North 5 is just always difficult in the morning, and it is just that. Most of that due to the problem coming off the west end of the North 5, so it's just real slow going up. But at Stadium Way, before you get up to the 2, that's where this incident is. A couple of drivers trying to get over to the shoulder. North of that, you'll be okay. And real quick, South 5 at the 110 near Oil Seco, there was a homeless camping apartment underneath the freeway, a little storm going through there. And finally, Santa Fe Springs now. Getting there is tough. Southbound coming up on the Palmer Freeway. That morning drive, there was a crash at the 5, and spectators falling due to a northbound problem. North 605 at the 5. At least that is cleared. It's slow going on the South 605. Injured in an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
If you use the southbound 57 between Anaheim and Orange, that is a stupid slow ride for you. Just a parking lot from the 91 to the 5 freeway, but no incidents reported. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the Girl Scout Thin Mint Blizzard is here. The Girl Scout cookies you love meet cool mint and world-famous soft serve, blended together in this chocolatey, minty masterpiece. Grab it today, only at your DQ. Happy tastes good.
Looking to sell your valuable coins, high-end jewelry, collectibles, or fine art? Meet Cindy. She's been around the block when it comes to buying and selling jewelry.
I buy jewelry to resell. I've been going to Tangible for about 6-7 years.
Tangible just pays more.
Here's a great example of the Tangible difference. I bought a gold and sapphire bracelet. I shopped it around. They offered me $50. They offered me $100. I brought it to Tangible and gave me $475 for it.
More cash, more respect.
Tangible treats me as well as they do the person coming in with, $10,000 worth of gold.
Tangible Investments owner Syl DeGenova has become America's top dealer in coins, precious metals, jewelry, and fine art. Syl guarantees you'll get more.
Everything I've heard about them on the radio is true.
Call now for a no-obligation free professional appraisal. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800.
Have you been denied a home loan or refinance because you're self-employed, earn 1099 income, or even a real estate investor? You're missing out. Most lenders make approval seem impossible, especially if you're self-employed. Stop watching everyone take advantage of the lowest mortgage rates in history while you're stuck on the sidelines. Accelerate Capital, the premier lender designed for the self-employed. Our approval process is based on common sense, using bank statements, 1099 income, profit loss statements, rental income, or even stated income to qualify at the lowest rates available. Fast. Conventional lenders cannot do this. When others say no, we say yes. Call 800-811-9702. 800-811-9702. Or visit acceleratecapital.com.
EXCELE, acceleratecapital.com.
Equal housing lender. Call for details. NMLS ID number 1165716. Not all will qualify. California DFPI license number 41DBO45150. Additional restrictions may apply. Loans made or arranged pursuant to the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act.
The best summer plans start at Toyota's We Make It Easy sales event, where right now you can get great savings on some of our most popular models, like $1,000 factory cash back on a stylish and reliable Corolla. Plus, there are new Toyotas arriving daily, from fuel-efficient hybrids and versatile SUVs to our legendary trucks. So see your Toyota dealer today. Let's take delivery from model year 2021 new car dealer stock by midnight July 6th.
So, run this by me again. You took your used car to a Toyota dealer and they bought it.
Yep.
And it wasn't a trade-in for a new Toyota?
Nope.
They paid you on the spot.
Top dollar, baby.
Who does that?
And it wasn't even a Toyota.
Really?
Hey, where you going?
Where do you think?
Turn your used car into cash at your Toyota dealer. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for your next investment? Want to cash out of stock market risk and volatility? Here are 8 reasons to consider NRIA's proven real estate development fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized and bonuses to 21% targeted. We strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people are moving to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk and volatility. We have substantial property assets selling out every month supporting your investment. Our short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns today and major upside targets. Our buildings are socially responsible, environmentally friendly, and pandemic hardened. We are an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. Hedge against inflation and receive steady cash flow. Start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Newsom broke a lot of people's lives. And so is Garcetti and Bond. It broke their lives. And there's nobody around to put them back together again. And now we're all supposed to just have amnesia and pretend it didn't happen and give this big happy smiley face to Newsom's phony game show host act.
John and Ken. Weekdays at 2.
Well, not me. I don't know about you.
On KFI.
Clark Howard, can we get a deal of the week?
I need a dollar. Welcome back. Wednesday morning, June 16th. June 19th will be Juneteenth. And no doubt be commemorating and I guess celebrating Juneteenth, which is now there's a move to make it a federal holiday. Back we go to Clark Howard, Cheapskate University, Clark.com is where you find the deals and all kinds of information. And today's deals, ClarkDeals.com, where, well, let's start with Deal of the Week. Clark Howard.
Bill Handel, you are not going to believe this. I'm telling you, you know how you say, you're so excited about this, the most excited you've ever been. It's true today. You ready?
Yes.
Best airfare deals out of LA in perhaps 20 years. Fare war started by Southwest. You can buy it today and tomorrow. Matches in part from United to Hawaii. You got Hawaiian Airlines, and then Alaska to various places. So Honolulu, $81 one way. Maui, $91 one way.
Yeah, that is astounding.
Kona and on the Big Island and Kauai, $99 one way. And the deals are available. Let me first start with Hawaii. They are pretty widely available during the sale period, which is September 15th to November 3rd. You're going to have to be flexible, though, even as they're available. You can mix and match airlines, go one way on one on the other, so you get the cheap fare both ways. And the great news with Hawaii is they're just about, I heard you talking earlier about the vaccines, they're just about at enough shots in arms that the crazy, weird requirements to go to the Hawaiian Islands and then from one island to another, those rules are going to get much more customer friendly by maybe July. This sale by then, absolutely. As long as you've got a vaccine, you got your vaccine card, you're good to go.
You need a vaccine card to get into Hawaii right now, right?
Yes. Well, right now you got to do tests and all that, but once they feel they've got enough people in the Hawaiian Islands have been vaccinated, then you coming to visit with a vaccine, the rules are going to be more friendly. But it's not just Hawaii, Bill. So Vegas, which you're always complaining about the fares, San Francisco, $32 one way on this sale. Seattle, $47. Bozeman, Montana, $56. Salt Lake City, $37 for real. Chicago, $72. Atlanta, $77. You name it. This is the big deal sale. The irony is if you try to book travel right now, except on a route that's intensely competitive, the fares for travel this summer are pretty high. I mean, they're higher than they've been in a good while. But if you book this fare window, again, today or tomorrow, September 15th to November 3rd travel, you're going to steal a deal. And with Southwest, you have to put in a code on the main screen when you shop. It's SAVE50, S-A-V-E 50. And then that unlocks the deals. And, Father's Day Sunday, and everybody's got Father's Day sales. And I've got deals on razors. I've got deals on power tools, which you and I don't care about. I've got deals on grills. There's all kinds of stuff. We've got a long list at Clark Deals of all the last-minute Father's Day bargain items you can buy. And then Sunday is Walmart's big sale where they're trying to one-up Amazon's Prime Days, Monday and Tuesday of next week. So this is going to be an incredible bargain weekend and early next week, Bill.
What do your kids do for you for Father's Day? They make a big deal about this?
No.
Yeah,
my birthday is on Father's Day this year.
Oh.
And I wonder how much they're going to really be into it. But we'll see. It's okay.
We can compare notes.
Birthday for me, Bill.
We can compare notes. Because I'm willing to bet my kids are going to ignore me more than your kids are going to ignore you.
We'll see. My son is going to honor me by working, as is one of my daughters. Will both be working on Father's Day.
Okay.
And that's the best thing of all, is they're industrious and bringing in their own paychecks at 15 and 21.
That's pretty impressive. More so for the 15-year-old.
He's a lifeguard.
Yeah, that's impressive. And he can't swim, which makes it even more impressive. All right, Clark, as always, it's clark.com for the big website where you get all this phenomenal information, and then the deals he talked about, today's deals, and there's a myriad of them, is clarkdeals.com. Say hello to everybody, Lane, the whole crowd. All right, Clark?
I'll do it.
Take care. All right, coming up, it is the meeting in Geneva. Putin and Biden, second round of talks underway right now. That we'll cover when we come back. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
If you find a smart device that can't play KFI, maybe it's time to replace it.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Heat wave. I'm Layla Muhammad, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. People in Southern California may be asked by the state to conserve energy to avoid rolling blackouts in the high heat. Heat records were set in many spots in SoCal yesterday. Downtown LA and areas by the coast have been under an excessive heat watch. Universal Studios has been the backdrop for the next chapter in the California COVID-19 story.
California is open again.
Governor Newsom declared an end to the colored tiers, surrounded by a cloud of confetti and Universal characters, but the jubilation yesterday was tempered with the challenges that reopening present. Specifically, how do people know who and who isn't vaccinated?
But the bottom line at the end of the day is we've got to trust people to do the right thing. And to be honest, in terms of their self-attestation.
Newsom reiterated the state wouldn't be requiring passports, and it would be up to businesses to set their own masking and vaccination policies. Chris Ancarlo, KFI News.
Disney says fireworks shows will return to its theme parks next month. For Disneyland, the fireworks magic starts on the 4th of July. The fireworks shows have been a Disney tradition since 1957. Dodger Stadium has brought back 50,000 screaming fans.
Feels great to be able to have a full house.
That was Steve Brenner with the Dodgers. Yesterday, stadium leaders kicked off reopening day at full capacity. Brenner says team officials have been working with state, county, and city officials to make this a reality since 15,000 fans were allowed back into the stadium earlier this year. The CDC says the highly transmissible Delta variant is on track to become the dominant form of COVID-19 in the U.S. Some parents say they're concerned about their kids because under 12s are not eligible for the vaccines. Emergency room Dr. Lalet Garabargian, says kids should keep doing the things they have been doing.
Parents and their children should continue to follow the CDC guidelines and their own local public health department guidelines.
The Delta variant now accounts for 10% of new cases in the country. President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin have started round 2 of their summit in Geneva.
Mr. Biden, are you ready to resist relations with Russia? What did you consider a win today, Mr. President? How are you feeling?
Reporters shouting questions as President Biden arrived at the site for the summit today with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Both leaders agreeing U.S.-Russian relations are at an all-time low. Biden has called out Putin over cyber attacks on U.S. companies by Russian hackers and for interfering in American elections. Putin's aides say his main aim is to restore basic channels of communication. A bill to make Juneteenth a national holiday is on its way to the House, where it is expected to pass and then go on to be signed by the president. ABC's Andy Fields says the bill passed unanimously in the Senate yesterday.
For more than 150 years, African Americans have celebrated Juneteenth. It's the day news that slavery had ended finally reached Black Americans in the Southwest.
Juneteenth has become increasingly popular in recent years, and some states already recognize June 19th as a holiday. It is celebrated with festivals, parades, and educational events.
Work, 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 work. It's to me, I be work, 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 work.
A new report from Gallup says workers in the U.S. are some of the most stressed in the world. Tell me about it. 57% of the workers in the U.S. and Canada reported feeling stress on a daily basis, up 8 percentage points from the year before. 43% of employees worldwide reported daily stress levels. Whew. Hey, Robin, how's that crash looking on the 60?
A lot of people stressed right here in Ontario. 60 eastbound just before Mountain. It's a crash that takes away the carpool lane. We're looking at some heavier traffic coming away from Central. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Fogg with something on the 405.
Yeah, some super stress here. Right north of LAX now. This is the northbound 405 at Howard Hughes, the off-ramp. As the car was in lanes, got over to the shoulder, but the calls into CHP stated that the driver, a guy, was violently kicking the side of his car. I'll bet she's late for a callback or something, that's for sure. South 405 at the Century Boulevard overpass. Now, let's hope this doesn't turn into a you-know-what situation, but somebody's standing on the overpass and police are checking it out, so just be careful. Back to West LA, getting to West LA, I should say, westbound Santa Monica. It's just a crawl out through about the La Cienega area, but once you get through Robertson, things improve. Eastbound, so far, so good, getting into downtown Los Angeles. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Fogg, KFI in the Sky.
It's going to be rough through Riverside. Still working 91 westbound before Central with a crash here in the carpool lane and lots of fuel in the roadway. Your drive is going to stop up at the 6215. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
The Dodgers faced the Phillies again last night with the score tied in the bottom of the seventh and a sold-out Dodger Stadium crowd watching. Mookie Betts stepped to the plate.
The 0-2. A fly ball in left center field. This one's got a chance, and it is gone! Home run! Mookie Betts!
That put LA ahead 4-3. That home run ball, by the way, caught by a fan in the stands wearing a Mookie Betts jersey. The final score, LA 5, Philly 3. The series wraps today at 7:10 with Clayton Kershaw starting. Listen live on AM 570 LA Sports or in HD through the iHeartRadio app. The Angels fell again to the A's. This time the score 6-4. Game 3 set for today at 12:37 with Griffin Canning on the mound. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Summer, obviously, here. Weather has gotten a lot warmer. We're drinking more, use more water at home. So instead of reaching for that plastic water bottle in the refrigerator or any place in the house, why don't you just fill a glass up or a reusable bottle with water straight from the tap in your house, any tap. I'm talking about Life Source Whole House Water Filtration System. Filtered water from every faucet delivers clean, delicious water. The whole house systems require no maintenance, no filter changes, no exchange tanks, and if you have hard water, that helps a whole lot too. Get rid of the odor and taste of chlorine, no salts or chemicals. You bathe, you shower, you wash your clothes and your dishes in this water. With Life Source water, you're buying directly from the factory. They've been around for over 37 years. And if you're looking for a new career opportunity, Life Source is currently looking for dedicated team members. Love our system. Call for full service and confidence, 800-334-5009, 800-334-5009. Visit lifesourcewater.com. Taste and feel the difference.
At Loan Depot, they know that home means everything. That's why they deliver the dream of home ownership to thousands of customers each month, helping them achieve the American dream of home ownership. Refinance options, providing jobs and investing in communities nationwide. Call 866-888-LOAN. 866-888-LOAN. Rates, terms, and availability programs are subject to change without notice. LoanDepot.com, LLC, all rights reserved. NMLS ID 174457. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. For more licensing information, please visit LoanDepot.com/licensing. 26642 Town Center Drive, Foothill Ranch, California. 92610. Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is down 47 points, S&P down 2, NASDAQ up 29. Gold is $18.57 an ounce, and oil $72.21 a barrel.
The KFI Money Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. Protect your business with an industry-leading fire detection system. Visit bayalarm.com to get protected today.
Southland weather from KFI. We still have that heat wave out there. Sunny skies, highs in the triple digits for the valleys, the Inland Empire, and the high desert. Mid-90s for the LA Basin and Inland OC. Mid-80s along the coast, low 90s in the mountains. We start to slightly cool off tomorrow, then 80s and 90s inland by this weekend, and 70s along the coast. Right now, 68 degrees in Costa Mesa, 69 in Ladera Ranch, 69 in Santa Monica, and 75 in Riverside. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Layla Muhammad.
Good morning. Wednesday, June 16th, middle of the big heat wave, and we're yet to have any major wildfire announcements, thank goodness. Although, unfortunately, I think we're going to expect some. In fact, the whole western part of the United States is in the middle of this massive heat wave. The other big news that's going on is happening in Geneva. And the second round of the Biden-Putin talks are now underway. It started this morning, our time, very early. And this was the first round with Biden and Putin with their respective Secretary of State Tony Blinken and the Foreign Minister of Russia. And now it's a more extended discussion with many more officials in the room across the board. So there's huge anticipation of what's going to happen. And we sort of know what's going to happen. I mean, there are not going to be any breakthroughs. We already know what's going to be asked of Putin, particularly by Joe Biden. And this is why Vladimir Putin is, well, he has all the advantages. Every one of them. And I'll tell you why. Because the wrongdoings that are being done are from Russia to us. We didn't interfere with their elections, although even if we tried, I mean, it's, he gets 90% of the vote. We haven't in any way supported groups of hackers that have attacked Russian businesses, Russian municipalities, Russian governmental agencies. We haven't done that. They've done it to us. So effectively, it's Joe Biden saying, stop it, stop it, stop it. And real easy for Putin saying, we don't do it. We didn't do it. I deny it. You have no evidence, which we have yet to see solid evidence of this happening. But then again, why not? Is it because it's classified? Is it because releasing that information would release important national security secrets? And I don't know the answer to that. But it becomes real easy for Putin just to deny. And let's say, as he says, you have no evidence. Biden produces the evidence. Here you go. It's fake. It's fake. Well, here's a photo. It's Photoshop. Well, here's your original email. No, a hacker did that. And so it's going to be a tough conversation. A few things are going to happen. It's going to break down in two different categories. One of which I think the president, our president, has every right to lay into Putin. And the other one, not so much. As far as Russian interference in our election, which is a given, which Putin, of course, denies, which Donald Trump actually appreciated because the interference was pro-Trump. Putin is going to deny it ever happened. Biden, I believe, has to really step on the accelerator on that one. As far as interference and the hackers coming into American businesses, companies, municipalities, then we have a legitimate stand. Now, they're not saying that Russia did this, but Russian hackers, with ostensibly the permission of Putin, are doing this. Can Putin do something about it? Of course he can. I mean, the man is an autocrat. He has complete control of what happens in Russia. And then the issue becomes human rights. For example, did you kill Navalny or try to? And Putin says, of course not. And is the president going to say, well, that's really important to us, human rights violations? And Putin says, mind your own business. That's an internal issue. What if we were to say our relations between the two countries is predicated on how the police in the United States treat African Americans? You know what you would say? None of your business. That's an internal affair. And what Putin's going to do is turn it right on its head. Look what you do to human rights in Russia, Mr. President. Well, look what you do to African Americans, and look what you do in not allowing free speech. Matter of fact, there was a statement that was made by Putin when he was asked by a reporter about the human rights violations in Russia. He said, hey, look at the United States, this paragon of democracy. And they've arrested 400 people simply for political statements. He was talking about the January 6th insurrection. Oh, we can't use the word insurrection because the conservatives have said, oh, it wasn't an insurrection. It was a stroll in the park. It was just a little demonstration as opposed to this massive, overwhelming attempt, sedition, at undoing what the government was supposed to do. So you're going to see ransomware being talked about, cyberware being talked about, nuclear arms. There's a good shot that they'll at least start to coming to some kind of terms. When you get a start on nuclear arms talks, the Ukraine, Russia is effectively at war with Ukraine. It's on its border, and you're going to have Joe Biden say, you can't do that, and Putin's going to tell you to say, go pound sand. The annexation of Crimea, you can't do that, Mr. President. Mr. President Putin, go pound sand. What are you going to do about it? Why? Because the United States has already sanctioned Russia, and it really doesn't matter. Russia is going to do what it's going to do. And there's no downside. And so all the downside is on the side of the United States. Putin wins this one just by showing up. Because what the United States is saying is we accept Putin on the same level as Joe Biden. The same level in terms of international relations. Now keep in mind, Russia was thrown out of the G20. Russia is actually an outlier, almost a pariah state right now. And by the very act of having this summit, the two of them are on the stage, not together because Biden won't do that. You won't see the two of them on the same stage in front of the lectern. They will not be eating together. They will not be taking questions together. There'll be separate statements. But it's there's not much going to happen about this. And I'll tell you, even before we know about it, I think Putin's a win on this one, any way you put it. All right, coming up, a little bit of history of the presidents that Vladimir Putin has dealt with. And there's a story there, too. Kfi Am 640. Let's check in with Layla Mohammed.
Cal ISO may ask residents to voluntarily conserve electricity this week as record-breaking heat blankets the West. Cal ISO says it could issue flex alerts today and tomorrow. California has ended its color-coded restriction system and allowed restaurants, gyms, and other businesses to lift capacity limits and distancing rules. Many are also ending their mask requirements for fully vaccinated people. And General Motors will raise its spending on electric and autonomous vehicles and add 2 U.S. battery factories. We're checking in on the 60 next.
Refinancing your home right now actually seems like a pretty good idea. Interest rates are going up. The Fed is about to meet and will raise interest rates because of inflation. So now's the time. The link suggests contacting Mark Tice of HMS Capital. You apply with his company, HMS Capital, and then at the same time, any other lender you wish. In other words, Mark is telling you, apply with us and apply with a competitor. He's that confident he can get you that best deal. He's that confident he can get you the best deal. I've done 2 mortgages with him. No appraisal, application fees of any kind. Rates still ridiculously low, although they are definitely going to go up. Call 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com, hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a DBA funding and finance payment of Federal 2427. HMS Capital is licensed under the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Has the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 01303.
Jody has one of those jingles stuck in his head. Let's see if we can find out which one it is.
That's crazy. Once I hear that commercial, it's in my head all day long. All day long. Can't get rid of it.
Oh, yeah, I know which one it is.
1-800-777-4AIS. Expect temperatures in the 90s to triple digits inland, 80s along the coast. This report brought to you by AIS Insurance. A crash clearing on the 60.
It was in Chino on the 60 eastbound just before Mountain. It did clear to the right shoulder, so still some activity going on there. You will find some slowing from Reservoir. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com. Jeff Law with a stuck rig on the 210.
Boy, you betcha. We go to Lakeview Terrace now, San Fernando Valley. This is the eastbound 210 in Osborne. That's just past the 118. But, yep, the left lane is blocked there. It's a tough spot. East 210 back up from the clay, again, before the 118. Even the east 118 going to the east 210, if you will, that's backed up from Glen Oak. So a tough drive. Once you get past all this, pretty good drive into Locking Out, Flint Ridge, Pasadena, all that. Now, back to LAX. As we mentioned last time around, sure enough, South 405 before Century Boulevard, one of the overpasses, CHP's going to start running the brake there, slow everybody down. Hope it doesn't turn into a real serious problem, but we'll follow up on that for you. But northbound drive, be prepared. Century Boulevard up through 90, the Marina Freeway, it's just a real slow morning drive. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the Sky.
South El Monte is seeing something on the 605 South at Valley Boulevard with the 2 left lanes blocked here. You're slowing down right around Ramona. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
This report is sponsored by Grocery Outlet. Your neighborhood grocery outlet has all your favorite brands at incredibly low prices. This week, get the grill going with delicious John Burrell meat franks. 12-ounce packages of buy one, get one free. Get it for hugs. Get it for date nights, for live music, home games, and haircuts. Get it for eating at your favorite restaurant, for grandma's birthday, for graduation. Get it for your loved ones and the essential workers. Get it for all of us. When it's available to you, Blue Shield of California encourages you to get the COVID-19 vaccination. Get it for California.
Dean Sharp here. Nothing disrupts your life, your comfort, even your safety like a power outage. And outages are the new normal. So now is the time to set up your home with an emergency generator from Duffy Power. Duffy is Southern California's generator experts. And with 0% interest financing, emergency power totally affordable. Duffy Power, making sure your life, your comfort, and your safety are not to be interrupted. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say Duffy Power. Pound 250 Duffy Power, or on the web at duffypower.com.
Real estate is one of the most tax-efficient investments and a great way to diversify your portfolio. But the hassles and costs of managing properties is about as much fun as having a root canal. Hi, Greg Hughes here with Hughes Private Capital, a real estate investment company. We pay our investors a set monthly income which is backed by the strength and safety of our portfolio of over 1,000 homes in the most stable real estate markets in the U.S. And the best part? You won't have any landlord frustrations or expenses. And talk about tax-efficient investment. Most of our investors don't pay taxes for the first 9 years of their investment with us. We also offer a 1031 exchange option where you can sell your investment property tax-free and become an investor with Hughes Private Capital. And with today's interest rates being so low, now's the best time to leverage your investment and earn a 17% return. To find out more, go to nolandlordproblems.com. That's nolandlordproblems.com. Or call us at 888-300-9393. That's 888-300-9393.
Father's Day this week, so I'm going to give you a break, Rick. Here are the top 5
I'm not a father.
Oh, you're not a father? Just go with not a father. Yep, makes perfect sense. Number 5.
5.
Father's Day freebie. Dads get a free dad ball cam just by showing up June 20th.
Number 4.
Get a cool action camera for dad when you earn 500 points on your rewards card the 21st or 22nd.
Number 3.
Celebrate Dad's Day at Good Times Cafe. Get a juicy bone-in ribeye, sides, and dessert for one low price.
Number 2.
Take Dad to the lazy river. It's open.
And the number 1 reason to go to Morongo.
Spoil Dad or yourself at Same Spa. Get the massage you desperately need and deserve.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Conveniently located along the I-10. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo. Good times.
For the house coverage you need close to home, lean on Molina Healthcare. Molina has 40 years of experience and covers preventive services, prescription drugs, maternity and newborn care, and more. For details, go to leanonmolina.com. Get the care you need. Lean on Molina.
Dr. Charles Manger at Saddleback Eye Center. He will give you the all-new Laser Light LASIK exam. Have you heard? The Laser Light LASIK exam uses a laser, measures your eyes over 1,000 times to perfectly map your vision. Everyone's eye is slightly different. We're all like snowflakes. And the Laser Light LASIK exam helps Dr. Manger, when he does the procedure, to give you crystal clear vision. And I will give away a Laser Light LASIK exam to the first 14 KFI callers. I'll give you the phone number in a moment, so have your phone ready. If you're nearsighted, farsighted, you have astigmatism, or you need reading glasses, Dr. Manger can do it all. If you've been told you're not a candidate for LASIK, you may now qualify for it, now that Dr. Manger has the Laser Light LASIK exam. It takes over 1,000 measurements of your eyes. Be one of the first 14 callers to get the free exam. Call 866-559-4444, 866-559-4444, 866-559-4444. I go weeks without writing an email to anybody. I don't like typing. You're not trapped with a phone call.
You're supposed to say I gotta go, which is fine, but sometimes I can't do that.
No, I gotta go really works. Like at the P.
John and Ken.
Right, I make it sound like I have a terrible bowel movement I'm gonna release.
Weekdays at 2 on KFI.
Give me like a
Good morning, Bill Handler here. On a Wednesday, June 16th, with the morning crew. The second round of the Biden-Putin talks has just ended. So the summit effectively is over. And we are going to expect the President Biden, to come out and speak to the world press. And we don't know when, but he's scheduled to come out first and speak, and then Putin will follow him. They're not going to do it together. Usually you see the leaders of the countries at these summits come out at the same time, and each one goes to its own podium. Ain't going to happen on this one. So let's do a little bit of history with Putin and presidents. Now keep in mind, Putin's been around for over 20 years, controlling the Soviet Union. And he is going to be around a lot longer. They changed the Constitution where he literally could be the president until 2036. And by then, he'll probably change the Constitution again. So the first time around, it was Clinton visiting Moscow for talks with Putin in 2000. And it was towards the end of Clinton's tenure in office. And if you look at the footage, two men look relaxed as they chat, although there was plenty of relations that were strained. Russia was at that time in the Second Chechen War, NATO airstrikes against Yugoslavia the previous year, plans for an anti-missile system, so there was plenty to talk about. But, you know what, the conversation went reasonably well. Now, the next president, George W. Bush and Putin had their first summit in Slovenia in 2001. And you remember when Bush told reporters, I looked the man in the eye, I found him to be very straightforward and trustworthy. We had a very good dialogue, and I was able to get a sense of his soul. Putin came back with the meeting was open and trusting, if you can believe it. He trusts anybody. Then you had, 4 years later, another summit in Slovakia that didn't go as well. Putin was actually, Bush gave Putin a public lecture on the fundamentals of democracy. And Putin was pretty upset, complaining that new problems should not be created that could jeopardize U.S.-Russia relations. The United States has a habit of doing that, is taking what other countries do that are certainly in violation of what our standards are, democracy, etc., and we tell them that we insist on what they do. Putin's going to come back and say it's none of your business. Then it was Obama. Obama praised Putin, wanted to mend fences after criticizing him for Cold War thinking. Putin said, okay, we're fine with that. Putin looked tense during the talks. He subjected Obama to a long monologue about Russia's worldview, and they've been strained for a while. And then there was Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, best of friends. Not only was there interference to get Donald Trump elected, Putin likes Donald Trump, even during a series of interviews he just did. He talked about how Donald Trump is a very smart man, very talented man. Why is that? Well, it's real simple. President Trump just likes Vladimir Putin, certainly more than he believes and likes our intelligence community. Matter of fact, after their meeting, and they both went up on the stage, on the podium, and the President Trump said of Vladimir Putin, I know that there have been allegations of Russian interference in our election, and I know our intelligence community